Alright guys, welcome to session 0 of Mass Effect Pulse Spectre Ops. This is technically session 0, but I'm calling it session 0.5 because it's slightly more than session 0. There'll be a bunch of cutscenes. I've talked to each of you guys individually about these cutscenes and what they're going to be. I'll just walk you guys through it, run you guys straight into the start of session 1, where we're going to begin. And then we'll stop, and next session will be our official session 1. The game tone is mostly just fun Mass Effect, so it's going to be similar to the gameplay. There is dark elements, there is somewhat dangerous and serious stuff happening, but you have freedom to do all kinds of fun things. The first 4 sessions will run like one-shots, so you will have a goal to achieve by the end of the session, you will achieve it, and then that's the end of it. The first 4 sessions are for you guys to experiment with your characters, try them out, figure out the rules, all that stuff. At the end of which, I will let you guys rework your characters if you feel like you want to do that. And then we'll just retcon those abilities and whatever into the other side. At the end of the 4 sessions, we will go into the main campaign, ideally, if everyone's having fun and things are going well. And at that point, you will have free reign to do whatever you want, explore whatever solar system, planet in the Mass Effect universe. I've got stuff planned for most of the inhabited planets, so you guys are free to explore as you like. There are a bunch of quest lines you will eventually stumble upon as you explore. But for the first 4 sessions, there will be a guide, someone who brings you together, someone who sends you out on missions. That guide will disappear at the end of the 4th session for reasons you will find out, and then you're free to do whatever you want. Um,
Mhm.
this session, session 0, you guys aren't going to be playing so much as just listening to the cutscenes. You can interact anytime you want. Feel free to cut me off and just jump in. If you feel like there's a conversation about to happen and you would like to be part of that conversation, just jump right in and we'll have that conversation, like role play it. And we're just going to basically get you guys to the beginning of session 1. Does that sound good?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Mechanic stuff that you guys need to know about. One of the key mechanics that is very different from D&D is the interchangeable initiative order. Now, your initiative is based on how you built your characters. All of you have built your characters pretty alert, so all of you have +2, which is kind of crazy. But this also means when you roll for initiative, you can actually coordinate amongst you guys. At the start of combat, you can choose who wants to go first, who wants to go second, like amongst yourself. Switch your initiative orders if you want. I am thinking of keeping it every round, so every round you can choose, but if that feels OP, we'll keep it to every combat session you can choose. This allows you guys to have more coordination and more control, and you can actually like work together as a team. Another thing is I've reworked the ready mechanic from D&D to get rid of the downside of missing your attack. So instead of having to ready your action for a specific trigger, you can actually ready your action to go after or before another player. So let's say Jack wants to lift a character up while Vic stabs them in the gut, right? Jack can choose to
Mhm.
go just before Vic instead of like on her usual turn. So she can lift the character up and Vic can do her combo. Combo plays, attacks, and coordinations and teamwork. I will give you guys bonuses for that. I'll either reduce the DC required to attack or increase damage depending on what the combo you guys do are. So coordination, teamwork is really encouraged. Role playing is almost necessary because of how the game is designed. Unlike D&D where everything's decided by dice, a lot of the things you do is decided by how you describe it happening and how you've built your character and your experiences. All of that will affect your DC. Your knowledge of the Mass Effect universe and real world science can be applied here. Anything you know, your characters know. And if you do describe something based on your knowledge, that will affect the DC of what's going to happen. So rather than saying, I build a flamethrower, if you can tell me how you build that flamethrower, I will make it much more likely to be successful.
That sounds fair.
Right?
So good.
Your actions will have consequences, just so you know. In this session, session zero, everything's going to be super free form. Like everything's just going to be cutscene, so there's no consequences here. But from session one onwards, everything you do will have consequences. If you guys piss off a character, their family might come after you. If you
Oh.
guys start an insurrection, Red Bun, there
Listen.
will be a war to deal with. I'm not
Okay,
talking to
listen.
any.
If we leave, it's only they that have to deal with it, not us.
I'm not talking to anyone in particular, Ridban, but just keep in
Lord.
mind, Ridban, that they have ships and they can track you and they can hire military groups to kill you, Ridban.
Listen,
Listen.
listen. Now that I'm not the DM, maybe I'll be able to hold Ritbon back a little bit more. I make no
We'll
promises.
see.
Don't
We
worry,
shall
Gritty.
see.
I'll help you.
Thank you.
This is actually funny because Terry's character is literally the most sensible character in the entire group.
And he's the
Who would
pirate.
you say is the second most sensible?
Honestly, all of you are crazy.
Mm,
And it's
yeah.
also super crazy that you guys didn't discuss this like beforehand, but you've all built characters that like exist in the same area doing similar things. So all of you can have like history between you guys. I know Jack and Ridban have already discussed a history between them. All of you guys are also welcome to discuss histories between you, interactions, all kinds of stuff, and influence your characters accordingly. Just let me know what it is, right? But I found that
It
very
is what it
funny.
is.
I also find it very funny that multiple of you guys have worldviews that both align with and contradict each other. Like you guys agree on a lot of things and then disagree on certain things, and it's gonna be fun to see all of you interact. Okay, so shall we get started?
Let's go.
Okay, let me just open my notes. Before we begin, a couple of more things. So this is set in the Mass Effect universe. It's called Mass Effect Pulse, Spectre Ops. The name of the game is the only information that none of you are allowed to be aware of. If you ever hear the word pulse, you don't know what that means. Just keep that in mind. And lastly, as you guys know, EA has now been bought by Saudi. So I'm really hoping that this is actually a really good time for us. Because now that EA has been privatized, the next Mass Effect game, which is so set to come out in like 2 years, is hopefully going to be really good. Like they know what they're doing with the gaming industry. Saudi's been growing more and more with tech, with gamers. BG3 success has made it clear that NSFW content is like loved by gamers, and they've grown more diverse, which means there's a good chance we're gonna get a proper R-rated NSFW Mass Effect game in 2 years that is everything we've hoped for. So this is going to be a great bridge for anyone out there, anyone in the fan base out there excited to come up with new Mass Effect content. This is set 20 years after the Reaper invasion, and in this universe, the Reapers have been destroyed. No other technology has been destroyed. There was some damage. A red energy wave left the Citadel. Shepard is alive, and a lot of your favorite characters who normally die in the game survived, including Mordin
Damn it.
Solus and Thane. Thane, Mordin Solus, all of them are alive in this version of the game, right?
Is Ashley still alive?
I hate Ashley, but yes, yes, she is.
Ugh.
I couldn't think of a reason logically to kill her off, other than the fact I don't like her. So I'm gonna say yes, she is alive. She's also
For
an
now.
admiral now,
For now.
right? There are currently four. There are currently three human specters, and a fourth one is about to be chosen. He will be chosen by the time within the next few days to a month in game world. He is currently going through the procedure of becoming a Spectre. All right? Shall we begin then? 20 years after the end of the Reaper invasion, we start off in a closed-off room. Everything is pitch black dark, except for a single gleam of light that shines green. The light begins to blink slowly as a door on the other side of the room opens up. A shadowy figure walks in. You can't see his face. Nothing about him seems clear, except his eyes. His eyes seem to glow red. He walks through, places two fingers over the green light. You hear a robotic voice. Spectre status recognized. Logged. Human Spectre. Opening file. A holographic computer screen opens up. The voice continues. File, Echo Eternal. The man quickly presses the button. The file closes down. He continues over. Computer, delete all data involving Echo Eternal. Approved. All information regarding Agent Echo Eternal has now been purged. Would you like to continue with the operation? Open up folders 1, 2, and 3. 3 folders pop up on screen. The third folder on the rightmost corner says Missing in Action. The middle folder, Need to Locate. And the last folder, Ready to Contact. This character raises his hand, places it over the third folder. It opens for a split second. You can almost see the files inside. There's anywhere between 2 to 7 files, but nothing is clear. He rushes over and moves it to the side of the screen. He doesn't want to look at it anymore. He goes for the second folder. He opens it. There are 4 files on there. There is 3 files, sorry. There's Dead Drift, Viscous Flame, and Serene Current. Computer, have you managed to locate them? Negative. None of the agents have been located. Still searching. Still searching. The man closes the folder and looks sad. He looks over at the last folder. We can't wait any longer. It's time to begin the operation. He opens up the last folder. There are 5 files. Can everyone roll me a d12?
Sure. Where are we rolling at? Like, do we have?
Totally
Yeah.
up to you guys. You can roll it on hand. You can use an app. I trust you guys not
I got
to
an app.
lie or fudge.
Okay. You said D12.
Yep. Terry, can you roll me one for malaria as well?
Got a 1,
Okay.
starting the campaign off strong.
Luckily, this is
Yours.
just for order. What did you get, Rudbun?
Somebody to roll for me.
I can roll for ready. I do want to say I got a 12.
All right, 12 for Jack.
12 for
And 10 for ready.
12 for
Sniped.
All right, Terry.
12 for Phantom and 9 for Malaria.
All right. Okay. Jack and all right, okay. Got the order. So the first file on there says Femme Fatale. He opens up the folder. you see this image. That image pops up. Can everyone see it on your chat screens?
Me.
Right?
Yes.
So that image pops up.
Nice.
We go into a video of Inside Omega. It seems to be the VIP club where everyone is dancing. Everyone looks slightly wealthier than the rest of Omega. There's one crew that stands out above all of them. They're heavily armored for such an area. Most are in suits, some in simple clothing, but you know the material is out of this world. It's a new fashion trend. Wear like the peasants, but wear it rich. But these guys, these group of men, they are in armor, strange, drinking like there is no tomorrow. A green-skinned Asari walks by them, strokes a man's hair slowly, and sits on top of his lap. A few smiles here, a wink there. For some reason, this man is enamored by her. He grabs her hand and asks to get out of here. She smiles, gives him a slight kiss on the cheek, and they walk away. The camera follows two people walking past Omega into the apartment area, a giant, luxurious building, kind of like the ones you see on Ilium. Most won't even think Omega had buildings like this, but they do, just rarely ever seen. The man sits inside, grabs a martini, and is waiting for the woman to dance for her. He expects it. But this woman doesn't disappoint. She does begin to dance, slowly, with slips of biotic energy flowing out of her. And as she touches this man, you can feel him getting excited. He slips out of his clothing instantly. There seems to be something, some kind of tattoo on his inner thigh, but the camera can't pick it up. She leans in for a kiss, places her hands over his cheeks, two fingers above his temples. And before you know what happened, there seems to be biotic energy flowing out of her fingers into his temples. His eyes begin to roll back and his mouth wide open. He's barely breathing. His entire body shakes. But before anything else happens, this green energy begins to glow out of him, seeping out of his mouth and into the woman herself. She is shaken up, and her powers seem to grow. Her energy, her entire being begins to glow, and the man dies in an instant, an empty husk, with a soulless body left behind. The woman is confused by what just happened. She has killed many before, but this was different. She shakes it off and begins to walk away. The camera zooms out, and the woman notices something strange in her pocket, as if an item was just placed there out of nowhere. She reaches in for the item. The video stops. Amonkira Tazal, age 120, location Omega. The man closes the file and opens the next one. Okay, there we go. And we see this image pop up. The file says Pirate Rogue. The man clicks on the file.
I just realized my light is on, but I'm backlit by it, so you guys still can't see my face.
No, we cannot.
Oh well, I guess I'm just a man in the shadows.
So it says Pirate Rogue. We open up the file. And unlike last time where we saw the inside of Omega, here we seem to be in the middle of space, open space. There's a Batarian pirate ship flying through the air. Strange, but the camera follows the ship until a smaller vessel bypasses the camera itself. And we see this ship. That should be on your chat screen if everyone can see that. The Stella Nova PR-1. The ship flies right behind the Batarian pirate ship. They don't even seem to notice, with it flying right under their own propulsion systems. It doesn't have a stealth drive, but with all the radiation from the propulsions, it's basically hidden. It's a small, small ship, probably a crew of 10, maybe less. But suddenly, a Batarian looks out a window and notices the ship beside it. They begin to fire erratically while the ship maneuvers around them, dodging every hit until it goes right under them, near the hull. 2 blaster shots to the side of the hull, and the doors open, barely enough for a man to squeeze through. And he squeezed through, he did. This man from the image floated through open space into a tiny hole and entered the ship without even being noticed. He flies in through 20, maybe 30 Batarians at a time and shoots each one precisely between the eyes or on the limbs. None seem to escape. He's like a shadow, disappearing from sight to sight, dodging every shot thrown at him, rolling through smallest of consoles. He seems unhittable. And when a group get together to surround him, oh, they should not have done that. A sound is heard through his ears. Phantom. 2 degrees to the left. The cables are vulnerable. Shoot now. Single shot. Flies through the top hood of the ship. Breaks a cable that falls through and electrocutes the entire group to the ground. The man stands above them all, smiling. He begins to walk down. He notices hostages. It's time to free each and every one of them. As he begins to open the cages, a Batarian attacks him from behind, tries to stab him in the back, but he didn't realize this man was a biotic. He closes his fist down, unleashing biotic energy from throughout his entire body, and he turns around, breaking the sword in half and slicing him with an Omni blade. The day is done. The camera begins to zoom out, and he hears another voice in his head, in his ears. But we don't hear that. We don't hear it. The video stops almost midway. Pirate Rogue, Phantom Stellar, age 28. And another file opens even without the original man touching it. This folder is called Genius Snarker, and inside it is this photo. Another video plays from inside the ship, the Nova Stella. A Quarian woman is sitting there with what looks like a combat drone, but it's different somehow. It's glowing bluish green. It's It's not designed for combat. It's been re-rigged to somehow operate a 10-man ship on its own. The woman talks through her mic. Phantom, check your pockets. I found something unusual. And she reaches into her own pocket to lift a strange object. We cut back to the first video. Phantom, confused, reaches into his pocket as well. Both videos stop. The man closes both files, opens up the fourth. This one has the word instigator written on it. He opens it up and sees this image. Now, the video begins again. This time, it looks like something similar to Ilium. Something's off, though. This is not a part of Ilium anyone has ever seen before. It's more dark. It's more dank. It's as if Ilium and Omega had a baby. We see a man well dressed in a tech suit walking in with a group of 5 behind him. One of his comrades talks. Doctor, you know this is a trap. I'm counting on it, replies Doctor. Are you sure we should go in? What's the worst that can happen? They walk inside, and within seconds, you see red lights all over them. They're surrounded by snipers. And Asari walks to the front. Doug the Stormhound. Didn't think you'd be here on your own. Well, with 5 shields, I guess. Are you here to make a deal? Or to make your grave? Dagda looks back. A deal. A deal sounds preferable to dying. That's what I thought. Now, your father has taken something of mine. I'd like you to return it. I don't work for my father. Not anymore. Oh, but you do, as long as you have his name. I know you can get in there. I want you to retrieve what is mine. And what do I get out of this? Your life? But here's the thing. If I die, your items are gone forever. So, my life doesn't seem like enough of a bargain, does it? Yasari is thrown back by this, but continues. What? I'm just saying, if you killed me, you'd be back where you started, so you kind of need me. So maybe we can discuss more credits. I mean, I'm not loyal to my father, especially not now, so let's talk credits. Asari is confused and thrown back by this, but is curious. She begins to negotiate. She sits down for just a second. Let me see. Before she can answer, one of Dagda's companions speaks out. This was your plan to negotiate? Wait, let me guess. You got your parents set up for this, right? This is another trap, right? Like, what are you doing? Dagda is annoyed. These are things you think and not say, you fool, he thinks to himself. The Asari is not pleased. Kill them, she says. The snipers shoot all 5 of Dagda's companions and point the guns at him. Well, I tried, he says, snapping his fingers. And before you can blink, a barrage of turrets shoot up from the sky and rain bullets down on everyone there. Amongst a fiery explosion, Dagda walks out. I tried to negotiate. Can't say I didn't try, he says, reaching in to place his hands in his pockets, as he always does. But this time he feels something inside. The video stops. Now the last file. Oh, the computer clarifies. Dr. Stormhound, the instigator, age 30. Now the man opens the last file. Has the words "clanless wraith" written on it. And this image pops by. We see a young woman in a colony world, one that is unfamiliar to anyone else. It's similar to the old westerns of the 20th century Earth. In a tiny wooden, what humans would call saloon type establishment. We see this woman eating a large piece of meat and drinking Rheinkohl. A group of Krogans and Batarians walk in. The lead Krogan grabs a bottle of Buruk and chugs it down. What's a pyjak doing here? He says. This woman looks up and replies, apparently drinking Buruk. What did you say? What's the matter? Can't stomach a real drink? Or do you have to stay loose for your Batarian masters? He grabs the woman by the cloth and tries to lift her up, but she headbutts him straight in the head, knocking him back. And now she's surrounded by Krogan and Batarian mercenaries, ready to kill. Hey, easy there. No reason we can't be civil, she says. Wait, I recognize that armor. You're part of Pussy's Krant, aren't you? This angers the woman. She's getting visibly frustrated. I mean, Puxes. Guess it doesn't matter now that he's dead. Careful, she says. What's the matter, Pyjack? Hit a nerve? What did you say? What, can't hear me with those flappy little ears? You a sensitive little girl too? Like his whore of a wife? This woman's biotics begin to flare up. Oh, I meant bondmate. He says as all the Batarians and Krogan begin to laugh. This was the last straw. The woman headbutts him again, this time covered in biotic energy, and we can hear a distinct crack. She then follows this up by grabbing his shoulders and slamming her knee right into his face as he goes down, barely alive. The others stop laughing, and they surround her. They crack their knuckle. She cracks her knuckles and her neck. All right, guess we're doing this. And they begin to fire at her. She quickly ducks down to avoid the bullets. A couple of Batarians get hit and go down, at which point she rushes another enemy. They start to fire at her non-stop. She floats into the air in bullet time, avoiding each shot as if she can predict them. Her biotic energy can seem to tell her where the bullets are gonna go. But she seems to make a mistake. During one of her maneuvers, she accidentally drops her blade to the ground. Most of, but most of the enemies are now dead. Only a few left, so why does it matter? She thinks to herself. But before she can finish, a Batarian catches her off guard and places a gun right to the back of her head. The last one, that's what he is. But what's she gonna do? Got you now, bitch, he says. Really? She ponders. She moves two of her fingers forward, and in that split second, her blade gets covered in biotic energy, flies up into the air, and stabs the Batarian through the gut. She walks around him. Always think ahead, outmaneuver, not just overpower, she says as she grabs the blade and walks back to the very first Krogan. His regeneration powers have kicked in. He's about to get up slowly. She spins her blade and stabs him in the face. What's the matter? Couldn't hear me being dead? She jokes, pulls up her blade, and walks behind the bar. She grabs a bottle of white spirit and begins to sterilize her blade. The bartender walks in. He's also a Krogan. Looks at the dead bodies and doesn't bat an eye. Krogan? Krogan. Clanless? Nope. Father? Yep. He looks around again. The Krogan looks around again. And? Mother. Got it. He takes a seat at a nearby stool. Check the kill. And? Only the one today? Slow week. Okay, finish up and pick up your payment at the door. The woman cleans up her blade and sheaths it in an almost ritualistic way. Using that blade isn't a blunt instrument. It's something more. It's a part of her. It's a part of her soul. After sheathing her blade, she walks out the door and grabs a small pouch. The camera begins to zoom out, and behind the saloon, we see a giant thresher mob pelt, recently killed. She notices that the bag is slightly heavier than it should be. She looks inside and finds a strange object. The video stops. Helix Duval, V. Duval, clanless wraith, age 28. All four videos now begin to play at the exact same time. All five videos. Every character reaches in for that strange object and picks it up. It appears to be a card of some kind, heavier than a normal card, with the Spectre logo on it. They look at it. A holographic scan occurs. Target confirmed. Spectre authorization acquired. And a message pops up with the strange set of coordinates and no other information. We go into, let's start with, we go into Phantom's video, Phantom and Malaria's video combined together. Phantom, do you see this? The card? Terry, feel free to roleplay if you wish.
Yeah, he spins the card between his fingers. It's heavy. Weird symbol. Spectre, maybe? All right,
Definitely
here's a smart
Spectre.
one. What do you think? Oh,
Definitely Spectre. I don't think this is a trap. But if a Spectre is after us and they're inviting us, I think we should go. Better to be invited than dragged.
Yeah, yeah. Maintain our dignity. Main maintain our dignity. See what's going on. See, this is why you're the smart one and the cute one, and I'm the violent one.
And the funny one,
You know what? I wasn't going to say it, but
the video freezes.
as you can tell, they are very cute together.
The video freezes, and uh we move over to to Kira. Kira notices the card as well, but before she can even react, she gets a call on her earpiece. Kira, are you there?
Hello, hello, hello.
Don't play dumb with me. You recognize the voice. It's Arya. Is the mission done?
Really? You think I wouldn't get it done? This one was way too easy.
You'd think that, but there's a reason I had to send you. Now,
There's always a reason if you send me.
smart girl.
Learn from the best.
You hear another voice from the background. An old Krogan. What's the little bitch saying? None of your business. Well, get her ass back here. She needs to learn her place. Well, you heard him. Get back here now.
All right, fine. But tell that old turtle if he calls me a little bitch again, I will kick his ass.
You heard that? What did she say? Old turtle? Ah,
And Kira
I've
hangs
got
up.
I've got warts bigger than. Did she just hang up on? And then Kira begins to walk towards Afterlife and walks upstairs to where Arya is sitting there, loud and proud, with an old Krogan by her side and a Batarian on the other. What's that in your hand? Arya asks, looking at the strange object.
And Kira's just gonna hand it over.
She picks up the card and looks at it. You can kind of notice that she knows something that she's not saying. Arya's eyes are different. She's not surprised. She's almost looks like she was expecting this to happen. She looks back at you.
And Kira's
Specters.
just like holding her fingers up and inspecting her nails.
Specters. Always a problem. Here, she tosses the card back to you. You saw the coordinates. Go. One more thing. Kira, you're fired.
What?
Go. We'll talk later. The Krogan looks shocked and surprised. Arya, what the fuck are you? Arya looks at him with one gleam. The Krogan shuts up. Kira begins to walk out. The Krogan
She is
follows her.
pissed.
The Krogan follows her. Kira, wait. Look, Arya, you know Arya. She has a reason, he says. Kira?
She's standing there with her fist clenched and just Arya has a reason. Arya has a reason. Arya has a reason. It's always Arya has a reason. And guess who gets to know last? Me.
Me.
Well, you don't count.
You know what? Maybe it's a good thing you got fired. Just get the hell out of here already. He says, and
Rude to old man.
he turns around and begins to walk back. He looks over his shoulders one last time and says, and you know what? Why don't you call me once in a while just so I can hear you and know that you haven't died yet?
If I remember.
He shoots you in the leg as you walk away. But You have armor and shields. This doesn't even touch you. It's almost like he was making a joke. Kira walks away. Next, we move on to Dagda. Dagda reaches into his pockets and finds the same object. Dagda, is there anything you want to say or do?
He will nonchalantly put it back in his pocket as he resumes picking everybody else's.
The item
He will check
begins.
every single corpse one by one to see if they had any valuables.
You know what? Actually, do me. I'm gonna roll the dice for you right now. And
Okay.
Ridvan, do me a favor, roll me a D12 as well.
Can somebody roll for me again, please? I'm still on the bus.
Yeah,
And I will
yeah, I can do that
roll.
for you.
Okay,
What do I
interesting.
need to roll for him?
D12.
D12. Okay. 11.
All right, very interesting. Okay. So Ridvan, you don't find any
Yeah.
objects of value, but you do find something very interesting in the lead Asari. A
Okay.
tattoo on her underarms, like on the bicep area, right? Just next to
Yeah.
the armpit. Okay?
Yes.
And
Yes.
this tattoo is very familiar to you.
Yeah, I figured.
The rest of you would not see this or know this, so I'm sharing this to Ritvan privately. For the audience members who are watching this, you will see it on screen right in a few seconds. Ritvan, you find this tattoo on her. And if
What did you send it?
yeah, it's on your Facebook.
Got it.
Yeah. And
Yep. Figured.
if you remember some of our older things from your past, this
Yeah.
looks very familiar to you.
Very familiar.
You begin to walk off again. Nothing else to see here. The card will not stop. It seems to be hitting you with tiny electric pulses.
Fuck. Fine, fine, fine. Take it out and look at it.
It
Rolling
has
it around in my hand.
it has some coordinates on there for you to follow.
Oh, what's another trap to walk into in one day?
The video stops there. Now the last person. Helix. You reach in to your gold pouch, and inside you find this card. Your first instinct is that the Krogan bartender slipped it in there by mistake. It might be valuable. You can try to go return it to him, or you can just take it for yourself. What do you do?
Alex is gonna turn back around, go into the bar, and just be like, "The fuck is this?"
The bartender looks incredibly confused. He has never seen that before. What's worse, to him, this looks like a piece of plastic. It it looks like trash almost. He turns back to you and says, I don't know, did you throw your trash in there?
Jackass. And she just turns around and leaves.
You look at the card and it still glows. The glow, it didn't seem like the bartender could see the glow at all, though. It seems to be tied to you somehow. What do you do?
She's gonna take it and kind of bite on it for a second, see if it's metal or plastic.
As soon as you bite it, you notice that it is metal, but it's soft. And the second you bite it, it begins to send out a tiny electric pulse. And when you take it out, you see coordinates on there. And you see the Spectre logo. Now, all of you have been invited to the secret coordinates by some strange Spectre. Each of you has your own ways to get there. Helix is a freelancer. She moves through different mercenary ships and taxis so she can get there on her own. Ritban, you have your ways of getting there too. You can pretty much hack any ship and just fly over. Phantom, you have your ship, the Stellar Nova, so you fly over there too. Now, what's really strange is for Kira, she was trying to find a way off Omega, but as she was walking to the port, the docks, Bray was standing there with a ship waiting for her. Kira, I was told to get you off planet. Well, station. Ready to go?
Apparently, I am.
Kira walks in, and all of you fly over to the strange coordinates. It's a small colony world right next to the Citadel. Inside, inside the planet, there's one building and one building alone. Each of you enter through a different entrance, and you meet inside a dark room. The lights flash open. You all see each other. You have a few minutes now to roleplay amongst yourselves about meeting each other.
Dagda will raise an eyebrow and say, "Weird card. That want to shut up?"
Yeah. Wait a minute. I know you. Weren't you the guy who funneled money towards me and Mal?
Mel turns to Phantom. Mel turns to Phantom, and she says, "Yep, that's the one. Should we thank him or rob him?
Do you want your cybernetics gone, woman?
You can try short stuff. This is extra funny because Mel is so much shorter than you, like a foot
Yeah,
shorter than you.
Dagda will just very slowly look over to her and him and her and
Look,
raise a
look,
finger
look,
and put
look.
it back down.
For
Look, I
the
appreciate. Look, we appreciate the cash. We killed so many Batarians with that money. They screamed
Bad people,
like
I hope.
shit. They're Batarians.
Fair. That is fair.
for the members of the audience, here is a height comparison of all the characters, so you guys can see that.
Like he didn't even answer the question. He really just said they're Batarians. Like, what do you want me to say, man?
Yeah.
Anyone else want to say anything? Vic, Kira?
Kira's gonna look around the room, and when she
I'll
sees
be right back in
Gritty,
a second.
oh, Dagda, she is going to bounce over and just like hang off his arm. Be like, Dagda!
Alex, do you have anything you want to say?
That is
Alex moves to the corner of the room and just kind of stands there like that and watches.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait for Ritban's reaction to what Kira just did, and then I'll get to the next part. And we're just about to wrap up, I think. 7 more minutes-ish.
I was just saying I do have a technical question because I don't know how to work Zoom too well. How do I get my video to pop back up?
Your video is up.
Oh, well,
Uh,
it's like because normally I can see like a little square of myself, and I don't know what I did to make that go.
oh, yeah, there's a setting for showing everyone. I can't remember what it is. I think you have to like click, yeah, you have to like double click your like the screen that you're seeing, and it should zoom out.
Oh, that's zoomed in. Um,
I had a call, so I missed a little bit. What happened after you sent the height
Uh,
comparison?
Jack, would you mind repeating what you did?
um, Kira's gonna look around the room, and as soon as she sees Dagda, she's gonna bounce over to him and just like hang off his arm, and be like, Dagda!
You know in those cartoons when you get a bug on your arm, Dagda's gonna do that like, I got a oh,
That's
Vic, Vic,
Yep.
Phantom is going to look at is going to look at you and go, dope armor. Nice done.
Helix is just gonna go. "Hmm,
Game recognized game. And you looking kind of familiar.
Mel kind of looks at you in a very snarky kind of way, almost annoyed, and she just says, ahem.
Now, you know you're the prettiest girl in the galaxy. You I don't have to remind you every 30 seconds.
She turns
You know
around and
this.
crosses her arms.
Alex just says, I don't want your meat, Corian.
She turns to Helix and is annoyed. It's like, meat? My meat? My man! You
Babe,
little hussy.
Your man meat.
babe, babe. Incompatible orientation. Like I don't think she's interested. You have nothing to worry about. And even if she was, why would I trade down?
Mel seems to
No
calm
offense.
down a little bit. She drops her arms, and then the doors open wide. A man, but before a man walks in, you can hear two people talking, a woman and a man. The woman says, are you sure this is wise? It's too early. We don't have enough people. The man replies, it can't wait. They've stolen our own, and this is our last hope. The woman, but are they even the right choice? The man replies, it's about time we found out. Liara, do what you need to do. The man walks through the door as you see this guy entering the building. This would have been so much more dramatic if the photo sent early. Have a look at this image.
Shepherd.
What's your people?
Everyone saw the photo?
Mm-hmm.
Just a second.
Alex just literally says that exactly like Rex. Shepherd.
Shepard, Admiral Shepard, the first human Spectre, the savior of
A
the
gasp.
galaxy.
A gasp in French.
He looks over at each and every one of you. Phantom Stella, X and 7, Alliance. Helix
Maybe
Duval,
it's go ahead.
Krogan in all but name. Amonkira Tazar, Arya's right hand, and Dagda Stormhound, the greatest hacker in the world. And what do you know? 2 for 1. We even got Malaria Vas Nova Stella, the second best hacker in the world. But I hear she's better at controlling tech than even Dagda.
Nose up, like the what's it called? Um, the lady from One Piece.
Nami? Robin?
No. But he had his nose up like Boa
Boa
Hancock. But
Hancock.
when the second mention comes up of her being better, he slowly lowers his nose back down. Okay, fine.
So all 5 of you have chosen to accept. Good. I have a mission
Hey,
for
wait,
you.
what are we accepting?
You'll see. I have a
Are you
mission
the
for
That
reason
you.
I got
shocks me.
fired?
No, I'm the reason you're getting hired. Arya knew what's at stake, and now you will too. There's a new danger coming up in the galaxy, one that far outshines the Reapers, one that I cannot fight. Counselor Anderson has approved me to bring you into the fold. You will be part of Spectre Ops, my elite team. And I have a mission for you. We stop there, but you hear one tiny little sound at the very back of the room just before we stop. Target found. Dead drift acquired. And that's where we're going to stop. What do you guys think?
I'm pumped.
I'm excited.
Ready?
Nope.
You went from unmuted to muted.
Yeah, I love it.
You will get your first mission details in session 1. You will have a quest to complete. There will be 4
Nice.
quests, at the end of which, for reasons, Shepard will leave you alone. And then you guys are on your own. So it's gonna be fun. I've got a lot of cool stuff planned, a lot of cool people for you to meet, and a shit ton of plot lines that could last probably a couple of years until the next game shows up. All right, see you guys next week, and have a great day.